Questioning preterism on the second piece of Revelation. Though preterism is correct about the majority of things happening in the past, and the predictions in the past were about people he was talking to and were to be fulfilled in their eyes, there are some problems with trying to cram all predictions of Revelation happening by 70 AD. Let's look at some of the things that no one is questioning. The second beast is a version of the first beast, Israel, healed from its deadly wound of 70 AD. The second beast is called the devil also. He is cast into the fire after a little season in our future. Jesus said to the first beast, Israel, your father is the devil. Israel has to come back for a little season with the devil as its father again. Revelation talks about the devil's revived Israel and what happens to it after it's let out for a little season in Revelation. And the devil, who ruled over the second beast Israel, who deceived them, was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the first beast and the false prophet already are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. This is the end of today's Israel. Preterism believes the second beast was already thrown into the fire near 70 AD. There was a first beast and there was a second beast. Revelation. And he, the second beast, with its father as the devil, exercised all the power of the first beast, Israel, before him, and caused the earth and them which dwelt therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. This means worshiping the first beast is worshiping the Old Testament or Old Israel, with its father being the devil. So this second beast comes and exerts the same kind of power over the nations that the first one did. The second beast, today's Israel, acts as if the Old Testament is still valid, rather than the New Testament of Jesus alone. Back then, Jews lived throughout all the nations and were spreading their beliefs to the known world at that time as the first beast, with its father as the devil. The second beast has been doing the same thing today since its 1948 creation. Who is the first beast? Since the Old Testament is always referred to God's people of Israel as the white, we can safely say the first and second beast are pointing to a people that once had a testament with God and not a people that didn't have a testament like Rome. The Bible is not writing about Rome. It's all about God's people. Some good, some bad. We know the leaders of Jerusalem were referred to as the white in the Old Testament scriptures, and she again is referenced in the New Testament as well, in Revelation. And in her, the wife or Sanhedrin of Jerusalem, was found the blood of prophets and of saints and of all that were slain upon the earth. Does God love a people that kills the people he sends to help them get back to a working relationship with him? He wanted them to turn back to him so that he could forgive them, but they would not. Jesus said in Matthew, O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets, and stones them which are sent unto thee, how often would I have gathered thy children together, even as a hen gathers its chicks under her wings? Yet ye would not. Jesus said to them in Luke, Behold, your house is left unto you desolate. And verily I say unto you, you shall not see me until the time comes when you shall say, blessed is the Lord that comes in the name of the Lord. But people that call themselves Jews today do not say, blessed is Jesus, who came in the name of the Lord, the Father. Speaking directly to the Sanhedrin that ruled over Israel, Jesus said in John, you are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaks of a lie, he speaks of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. This shows God did not see the Jews as the favored people of God, no matter what they said or did. The Sanhedrin were considered the wife of God, making her the woman that sits on the beast. Israel was the beast nation. Beast is a word often used in the Bible referring to a nation. Jerusalem was sitting over the nation of Israel. So we have established who the first beast is, and the woman that rides Israel, the nation beast. It is the Sanhedrin that rules over or sits in Jerusalem that has been killing the prophets for ages. So who would this second beast be? We have some clues. It says in Revelation, and I behold another beast coming up out of the earth. And he had two horns like a lamb, and he spoke as a dragon. We know the word lamb is in this verse refers to Jesus. So this second beast wants to give the impression it is attached to Christianity somehow. Revelation. And he, the second beast, exercises all the power of the first beast before him and causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. We see the second beast in the same way tries to mimic the same kind of power as the first beast in the same location. We can see that the second beast is the healed version of the first beast, which would mean it has to be portraying itself as the first beast. Today's Israel is saying against that Jerusalem as the wife of God has authority over Israel again and sits in the same place claiming it is still in the favor of God. We can see it as a healed version of a beast that received the deadly wound. We know the first beast Jerusalem suffered a deadly wound in 70 AD, and there was no stone standing upon another. There has not been any entity claiming to be the nation of Israel for 1,948 years until 1948, when the Balfour Declaration showed up. The deadly wound has now been healed, but this time it has the full backing of so-called Zionist Christianity, horns like a lamb. So it looks like a lamb, but speaks like a devil. But preterism is not allowed to see this because their paradigm has to have everything fulfilled by 70 AD. So they have to make up a different context to explain the second beast. Their paradigm is blinding them. I feel it's important for the world to know what we are dealing with on this planet today and steer as many away from the false paradigm of worshiping the Old Testament again through this healed beast of Israel by supporting it no matter what it does or says in the name of the Lamb. The devil was let out of the abyss in 1948, and we have been in the little season ever since. He laid hold of Satan, means he laid hold of Jerusalem, which was the one that had the devil for its father, and destroyed it in 70 AD, which left it unable to deceive the nations no longer for 1,000 years, which is just hyperbole for a long time, but has been let out. It has been led out of the pit. It is back deceiving the nations again, saying they are God's chosen people. Revelation. And cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up and set a seal upon him, and he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and after that he must be loosed a little season. The devil's nation Israel started battling against the people that believed the New Testament is the only valid testament ever since 1948 to get them believing the Old Testament is still valid and that we need to get grafted back into the Old Testament rather than Jesus being the only way. Remember, the people that call themselves Jews today, but are not, do not believe Jesus brought in a New Testament for God the Father. We have today a vast amount of people calling themselves Christians that support the healed version of Israel, saying no matter what they say or do, they are the chosen people of God the Father. The proof is in the pudding. Israel has murdered over 60,000 women and children in the last couple of years, and the so-called Zionist Christians have not spoken a word against this at all. Jesus said, excuse me, but I say unto you, love your enemy, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, pray for them that despitefully use you and persecute you. For if you love them which love you, what reward do you have? Do not even the publicans the same? Condoning 60,000 deaths is not love. But I say unto you which hear, love your enemies, do good to them which hate you. For if you love those who love you, what thanks do you have? For sinners also love those who love them. But love ye your enemies, and do good, and lend, hoping for nothing in return, and your reward will be great, and ye shall be the children of the highest, for he is the kind unto the unthankful and to the evil. Zionist Christians love Israel, who love them back, but sinners love each other as well. So how does this make Israel or the Zionist Christians special? It would be loving their enemy rather than murdering them that would make them special. Jesus said, unto him thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. And the second is, namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. There is no other commandment greater than this. These are the new commandments of the New Testament. Matthew, on these two commandments hang all the laws and the prophets. If you love me, keep my commandments of love. Do you love Jesus and keep his commandments of love? Do you, as a Christian, speak against Zionist Christians, a cult that supports the second beast, Israel, murdering over 60,000 in 2 years? If you do not speak against them, then you do not love Jesus. Matthew, not everyone that says unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that does the will of my Father which is in heaven. And then I will profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, you that work iniquity. Will you say to Jesus, I support the second beast Israel in your name? And have him say to you, I never knew you?